As far as the fire investigation, the cause and origin of that fire, we may never know.
And this is one of the deadliest fires in Dayton's history. Crews found 5 bodies inside a now demolished home. And for the first time today, city leaders talked about that fire. Hello, I'm James Brown.
I'm Cheryl McHenry. The fire began around 4 a.m. yesterday on North Broadway Street. Recovery efforts didn't end until around midnight, 20 hours later. And News Center 7's Mike Campbell is live next to what's left of that house, talking about what city leaders do know. Mike?
Well, James, you can see that this building is now completely knocked to the ground. The deadly flames that swept through here made it so unstable that it forced an emergency demolition, and that will make the investigation into exactly what happened here very difficult. For now, city leaders, like everyone else, are just trying to come to grips with the tragedy.
Losing one person is painful. Losing 5, of course, is more devastating.
Mayor Jeff Mims called the fire sad and tragic and asked for a moment of silence for the victims, even before talking about what happened on North Broadway Street.
You think about, again, those individuals had friends, they had loved ones, they had family members.
News Center 7 crews documented the incredible force of the flames that swept through here Wednesday morning. City officials revealed that this property contained 9 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, plus business space. Firefighters did try to go inside to check for victims.
The firefighters that made entry finally had to pull back because their helmets were melting. And so that's an incredible amount of heat.
Dayton Fire Chief Jeff Likens said the entire building was unstable and the conditions were non-survivable. It took them hours to knock down the flames. Then cleanup crews and firefighters began discovering victims in a building no one was supposed to be in. 5 bodies uncovered and carefully removed between noon and 9 p.m. Wednesday. City leaders revealed that a new owner purchased this property in 2022 for $70,000. The taxes were paid, but utilities like gas service had not been reconnected, and no one lived here or operated an active business. Dayton police did find 4 calls for service here since the new owners took over. 2 were alarm calls last year, and then in late February, reports of a possible burglary and trespassing 2 days apart.
It's important to note that officers did not encounter anyone at that time, but there were reports that that house had some activity in and out of it.
Several neighbors confirmed to us they had seen suspected squatters in the building many times. The investigation into who those victims are is just beginning.
Those individuals who were there maybe probably should not have been there. We're not at a point in time where we're trying to assess blame.
Back live now, Dayton police say they have received reports of people seeing as many as 12 different individuals at a time in this building at various times recently. Now stay with us next hour because I'm working to bring you more information about how difficult it is going to be for investigators to figure out exactly what happened here. That emphasized during a one-on-one interview with Dayton's fire chief that I landed. For now, reporting live, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
All right.